So Alan Pardew says we need a strong Manchester United. Our next guest, I'm certain, is going to agree with that. It's the three-time European Cup winner, Phil Thompson. Morning, Tomo.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I'm quite happy where Manchester United are.
No, come on. The gap was 42.
No, listen,
the gap 42 points last season.
Pardon?
The gap between Liverpool and United, 42 points last season. You'd like to see it more competitive, wouldn't you?
Yeah, a little bit maybe, but not too much.
41 points.
We've been in the doldrums to Manchester United for too long.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to feel sorry for Manchester United at all. And it is what it is. But I get the fit. I get that Grealish would certainly make Manchester United a better team. He does have that sort of character. He does have that charisma. He does have that creation. You can't keep relying upon Bruno Fernandes to pull the strings. And I get the fit at Spurs. So it'll be really interesting to see where Jack needs to move on. He's got to play football. He's too good a player. He's lost his way at Man City. He's too good a player to be just lounging about.
I mean, Tomo, you've got Frimpong. If you get Wirtz and Kirkes, how many points do you think you'll win the league by next season?
I don't know. We'll probably call it a day about the end of February. But no, listen, it's nice that our club is searching for players in the right area. And it's not often that you look at players become available, and some clubs go and get them because they become available, not because they fit into your structure. So these guys, obviously with Trent going, Andy Robertson, Andy will give him a good fight, Kirkes. But Kirkes has got youth on his side. He's a lot quicker. And you see that in the Wirtz. And I've been wondering, Jeff, because remember Pearce corrected us all about David Wagner. And so I'm wondering whether it's Wirtz or Wirtz.
It's definitely Wirtz. He corrected us about Wagner because Wagner had American parentage, I think. So, because it was Wagner.
But imagine Pearce correcting us. That was the thing.
It was one of the most humiliating moments of my life, being corrected on pronunciation by Paul Merson.
No, but listen, the guy Wirtz he's a proper player. I think the club see him as being a cross between a Bobby Firmino and a Philip Coutinho. That sort of 9.5. He's got that great ability to get in between the lines, to be creative. And I think it's one of those areas where we struggled last year. It was packed defences and we had to break them down. We did do eventually, but I think Arne Slot is looking for that player who can work between the lines and be creative, but still come up with goals.
Tomo, when you look back on last season, you won the league comfortably, and to be fair, it wasn't a points thing, but the league was in the bag around February in my world. Watching Liverpool play the group game against Real Madrid, you were magnificent at Anfield, got to the final of the League Cup. Do you think that the club will look back and say, well, we won the Premier League, which was brilliant, but it might have been a couple more trophies in the bag as well?
It would have been nice, and obviously all the talk was going further forward and things like that. But any Liverpool fan will tell you the one that we really wanted was the Premier League. We made a great fist of the Champions League, but that Premier League was always looming sort of very, very large for us Liverpool fans because of what happened in 2019 and 20, that we couldn't celebrate. It had that opportunity. I think we'd have all given up very early all the other cups just for the Premier League title. Now, as you're saying, Stuart, is that this year it might take on a bigger and better thing, is that let's give it a big bash. Listen, we lost one game in those Champions League, that group stage. And as you say, phenomenal performances against Real Madrid, against Leverkusen. And then we played Man City in the league and we took them apart. So it was good times for us.
Look, Tomo, we talk about Florian Wirtz. It must be a player because they're talking £126 million ultimately. But German's player of the season for each of the last two seasons. That's got to be financed. So Trent has gone. Kevin Keller's gone to Brentford. There are rumours about both Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez. How do you feel about either or both of them leaving?
I think the club's always had a plan. We're spending that amount of money. Our recruitment and our ownership has always been very good, and they've given good thought. They will only go into debt. Don't forget when Virgil van Dijk, we splashed big, and on Alisson we splashed big. We had the Coutinho money. So I think some of these players, as you're saying, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, or even Darwin Núñez, we could see players like that moving on. But we've already started to recruit the money in. So I would imagine that we will do it right. It'll be a shame, but as you know, football evolves, and some players like to move on themselves. So it'll be interesting to see the ins and outs at Liverpool in the coming weeks.
I mean, Harvey Elliott's been speaking again this weekend and saying, look, it's a short career. I can't afford to waste years. Do you sympathise with him?
Yeah, you've got to, Jeff, because this boy's been really good. He's great in the dressing room. He's a great lad, and he's a very good player. But he's just not had the game time. When you're looking at McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai, they were the go-to men. And even Curtis was ahead of Harvey. So I understand that. And Harvey's too good a player to only get the minutes that he got last year. And I can totally understand his predicament as to some of the other players.
Tomo, you mentioned the name there, Gravenberch. I mean, in between sort of Van Dijk and Salah being outstanding in the league last year, I thought the best two players in the league. His performance at the heart of midfield must have given you a big lift.
Do you know what it was? Because we were all shocked at Liverpool when we seen him open up the season as a number 6. And he's not a tough tackling midfield player. But my goodness, how he gets through the lines quickly. And he's been, up until Christmas, I thought he was the best player in the Premier League. And yet he had a drop-off. But then McAllister came into form. And McAllister he's a footballer's footballer. He is absolutely terrific. He does everything on a football pitch. So we were blessed to have two such good players.
Tomo, brilliant. Tomo, make sure you don't forget your credit card again for our night out in a couple of weeks.
Jeff, I can't wait. Honestly, I've been saving for 6 months, but I'll get it together.
Well, McAnally's coming as well, so that means champagne, oysters, and a big, big bill, that's for sure. Tomo, thanks, mate. See you soon.
Cheers, take care. Cheers, Stu.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.